Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. Welcome to the Higher Education Virtual Expo 2023. With me today is Yang Mujis Silai and the Eugene from will topic on profession of a healthcare career. Without further ado, I invite you to start your presentation.
All right, so good day, everyone. Good day to our future healthcare leaders. I hope that everyone is doing great today. So, welcome to the JPMC College of Health Sciences, the home of our future healthcare leaders. I am Eugene from the admissions office, and thank you for joining this webinar as part of the Higher Education Expo. Okay, so before we proceed, may I request everyone to fill out the registration link, the pre-registration link provided in the chat box. This will also serve, or on your screen, this will also serve as your attendance for today's activity and for you to receive our online admissions procedure to your provided email addresses. If you have questions and clarifications, you may reserve them for the question and answer part later. Thank you very much. In the meantime, I would like to introduce to you our guest speaker for today's webinar. His topic is entitled The Nursing Profession, Academic Preparation for a Healthcare Career. Okay, our guest speaker is currently the clinical charge nurse, cum risk officer of Jerudong Park Medical Center, Brunei Darussalam. Let us all welcome Nurse Elvis Silay. Let us give him a virtual round of applause.
Okay. Thank you, Eugene, for the introduction. Thank you also to the organizers for inviting me for this to participate in today's webinar. Without further ado, I'd like to go on to the actual presentation. So today's topic is nursing profession, academic preparation for a healthcare career. I would not call myself an expert, but I would like to share you my experiences during my early years as a nursing student. I mean, if you haven't decided if you wanted to, I hope I can change your mind on this. So a little background of my venture into healthcare. I started as a student in not so long ago in 2004 in what was called previously Pengenalan Anak Puteri Rashidah Satu Bokiah College of Nursing Gadong. The current location is in where you can see UNISA. That was where the college was before. So I graduated finished my diploma in nursing in 2007. It was a 3.5 years course. To be honest, I had actually zero experience in healthcare before starting nursing. I was a science student, but I never really took biology up to even sixth form. Okay. So basically, academic preparation can be divided into three main components. One is classroom learning, where everything is done within the institute itself, mostly about theory and whatnot. The next is clinical placement, where you'll be placed in actual clinical settings to attend to patients and function in semi-independently as a staff nurse. And then the next part is the written assessment and the practical examination as with every other course that you may take. So let's begin with the part of the academic preparation, which is the classroom learning. So basically, I think most of you are familiar with the typical classroom setting. So there's lots and lots of theories. Because it was the first year alone, the first month alone, we studied a lot about organ systems, and it was so many to remember. We also ventured into like names of diseases and their causes, plus nursing theory and principle. However, I mean, at that time I didn't see it, but however, I think it was useful for my career in nursing. Although lengthy and you can say a bit of an information overload, that first year alone, what I failed to realize that this will set the tone for the coming years of my career. Knowing the function of something like the heart will tell you what to look out for in a patient if something is wrong with it and how it affects the other parts of the body. Theory basically will set the foundations for your career. They are basically the building blocks to nursing. In knowing it as you move along, it will make sense as why you get thrown into all this info. So a few things I learned along the way. You would expect to be doing a lot of notes. I tried that in the beginning. It didn't work out for me. I found it a bit tedious and tiring. What I didn't realize back then was that writing down notes isn't the best way to memorize or retain the information. By the time I finished writing, the lecturer has already moved on to a different topic altogether. So it's just a barrage of factoids that at the end of the day is going to leave you with basically carpal tunnel from all the writing. So instead, I chose to use pictures. In this instance, it's an example of mind mapping. As a nursing student, this was quite useful because your brain tends to process pictures more. And as you can see from here, words are not encoded by the brain by their meaning, but rather by simpler attributes such as sound and shape. Okay, so actual studies have shown that from in comparison to notes taking, pictures help to retain memory. You have a better grasp of information, and you have the better understanding of the overall concept of things that you learn. Your brain is more able to associate sounds and pictures rather than actual meanings of the words. For example, if I say the word elephant, you won't be thinking about the word elephant. You'll probably be thinking about the actual animal. So so for me, this was a game changer to actually identify my style of note taking. Um, you didn't have to write or type more just to retain information, and it was less painful for me lah. Okay, so another aspect that I would like to point out was that small group discussions actually help in trying to retain all this theory, because in nursing you have a lot of this information coming your way, and you have to digest, you have to process, you have to understand everything. Reading alone, trying to memorize everything would maybe help you to retain maybe about 50%, 60% most of the time. But as evidence here by another study, small group discussions are more effective in trying to understand concepts and all that. Uh, According to the study, small group discussions show a definite advantage over lecture-based learning in improving the attention span of students, understanding the principles of family medicine, and recall. Okay. So the next part here, I would like to say is one of my favorite parts of the whole course, which is clinical placement. So clinical placements, like I said, you get thrown into not thrown lah, you get placed in the areas of the clinical setting. So basically, in your mind, you already visualize from the classroom that you are going to do this, this, this. But when it comes to the actual real life implications, it's a different story altogether. So in most instances, in a clinical placement setting, there's always a clinical supervisor. It could be a lecturer, be someone assigned by them um, to help guide you along the way. Uh, of course, prior to setting foot into the clinical area, you will be taught the basic skills on how to perform basic nursing roles, such as assessments and how to talk to patients, which for me, communication is key to actually making a successful nursing care plan. It's also key to help you engage the patient, to get them along for the ride, for for their treatment and whatnot. I personally wasn't a good people person in the beginning, but I learned along the way. It was difficult for me to actually talk to people outside of the ones that I know. So having this exposure, this particular exposure, I accepted it as a challenge, and it greatly influenced me to talk better to people, even doing presentations such as this. So another aspect that I enjoyed about clinical placement was like seeing the environment and getting to know the clinical area. Um, Exposure to the clinical area will help you put logic behind the theory in practice, which in turn will help you maintain the information that you've absorbed during the first few months or first year alone. So as you progress, there are opportunities for you to be able to be more independent role and have a feel for the nursing role, which in turn will help you give you a sense of confidence and also achievement of being part of the healthcare team per se. Okay. So the next part is okay, sorry. So for like I said just now, clinical placement, you'll encounter not just the settings, which is when you are at within the institute or within the college itself, you will be given an ideal situation. However, when you are in the clinical settings, there's so many things that is not present. It's such in the form of like different patients, different personalities. You can see 10 patients in a day, and all of them will have different types of engagement with yourself. So in order for you to, like I said, in order for you to be successful in your treatment, you actually have to customize how you approach them to ensure success of the treatment itself and success of patient care. So the final part is the evaluation of your overall progress throughout the 3 years. Well, of course, within every semester, there's a division, there's an assessment of your skills, of your knowledge. But over in time, the beginning, it can be dreadful because it's written and practical. Written part, I think most of you are okay with, but practical can be a bit daunting, I would say, a bit scary, because you are being monitored, you're being watched about of what you are doing, and everything has to be exactly as it is, exactly as it's being taught. So that's how they assess whether your listening skills are at a certain level of competency or not. So, finding the right studying strategy for you in the beginning of the course will help you, will benefit you throughout the in the long game. It will give you a high chance of passing. Again, this is up to you how to decide on how you want to approach it. I myself have chosen a few strategies, but I found that the mind mapping and having group discussions really helped. And also doing reflective sessions, which I forgot to put in my slide, sorry. Reflective sessions after placement, clinical placements will help to see whether, I handled this patient today. This patient was a bit aggressive. I tried this, but it didn't really work. What should I do? Maybe your friend is a better people person and they will share their opinions with you. So, those kind of things would help. The good thing about the other thing that I appreciate about all these three combined is that the teamwork between each and everyone. Because healthcare alone is in healthcare you cannot do anything alone. You have to have someone to support you, have someone to assist you, have to have someone to for your patients to for you to refer to. So that's basically it. I mean that is basically the core of it, teamwork for a successful nursing intervention. So how do you prepare yourself for the healthcare profession? Sorry. This is an extra bonus that I want to put in. The other part of this preparation, the most important part, is obviously the candidate themselves. You basically, to be in healthcare, you have to be in the right attitude, which for me is important. There are a few challenges, but given the right attitude, I'm pretty sure anyone can overcome them, even if you're new. Of course, I'm speaking on behalf of myself based on my own experience. So having the right attitude to this profession will help you perceive the world around you better. There'll be so much to be soaked in. I implore that if you decide to step into this profession, you will have to grab every opportunity at every corner. This is not so much of work; it's an experience and also a lifestyle. So be curious, ask questions, learn from your mistakes, and lead a lifestyle that is good for you. Okay. Um, with that, I would like to end my presentation with good luck to everyone. I all the best in the future as a healthcare professional, and I hope to see you on the floor someday soon.
All right. So thank you very much, Nurse Elvis. Okay, for your information, Nurse Elvis, where we also have our live participants in IG, in our official IG page, and they have some questions
Okay.
for you, sir. Okay,
Okay.
so for the first question, this is a question from IG. What's the most challenging part in terms of studying nursing for you
Yeah.
based on your based on your experience?
The most challenging part was trying to absorb the concept of learning every individual aspect of the human system. There's so many things. There's the nervous system, there's the digestive system. So like I said in the beginning, it's mostly about anatomy and physiology. So identifying the heart does what, and if the heart fails, what happens. So getting
Right.
along, I think those concepts was difficult in the beginning because I've never actually dived right into human anatomy before coming to nursing. And as like I mentioned before, I've had to strategize on how I retain information through mind mapping, group discussions, and whatnot.
Yeah, that's correct, sir. Right?
Mm.
Before we all know different parts of the body. For example, stomach, right? And little did we know that there's a lot of organs inside your stomach or different parts that we should also learn in studying nursing. I think
Yeah.
I agree with you that that's one of the most challenging part of. But I think uh, our students will enjoy this as well if they really have the passion in terms of like taking care or in terms of being a nurse in the future. Another question, I think this will be the last question, sir. Uh, we discussed the most challenging. What's the most fun or most enjoying part in terms of studying nursing? What do
Um,
based on your experience as well?
the most fun in terms of studying nursing is to basically, like I said, I enjoy clinical practice. And then
Yeah.
that is the most fun about it because you get to meet different people, understand why you have to learn certain concepts, understand why you have to learn certain parts of the body so you can help another person. And I think I'm just quoting this. I think it's an overused quote, but I think I want to use it here. No, nursing is a noble profession. It has its rewards in different forms. So that for me is fun lah.
Yeah, it's really fun, right? It might be hard, right, sir, in the first during the first few months, few years of taking nursing, but as long as you have the heart, I think, and the passion, you that hardship can be converted into like enjoying part or enjoying years in
Yes,
studying
correct.
nursing. Yeah. And any final words for those who are aspiring nurses
Uh,
or final message for them?
I think there's this children's book that read. I read before. It's called The Boy, the Horse, the Fox, and the Mole. Sorry if I get this wrong, but there's a scene where the boy and the horse, the whole gang, were in a dark path, and the boy was complaining, "I can't see what's in front of me." The horse said, "Can you see your first step?" And the boy says, "Yes, I can see the first step." The horse just tells him, "Take it." So if you're thinking about it, thinking about joining, take the first step. That's all I can say, and let everything else come.
All right. So that's really nice of you, sir, to give these words to our aspiring nurses. Okay, there are some people watching us right now who's kind of confused. What paths are they going to take? And through your talk, by introducing the nursing profession, they were given like motivation in pursuing career in the healthcare industry and or specifically the nursing career. And with that, we would like to thank you, sir, for giving us this very wonderful webinar that can also inspire every one of us to continue or to push with our nursing career. So again, thank you very much, Mr. Elvis Silay. Okay, the clinical charge nurse cum risk officer of the Jerudong Park Medical Center, Brunei Darussalam, for being with us this morning for our first webinar. Okay, and we will see each other again, and hopefully our future healthcare leaders who are participating today will see you in at JPMC. Okay? Thank you
Okay.
very much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So to end this webinar, guys, this is to inform you that uh, the admissions and registration for our August 2023 intake is now ongoing. So for those interested participants, okay, who would like to join us for our Foundation in Science certification as well as our bachelor degree program in nursing, feel free again to visit this website. It's tinyurl.com/JCHS event. Okay, for you to be able to send us your details, and after providing those details, okay, we will be emailing you or contacting you as well to provide you with our admissions procedure. Okay, so get in touch with us. If you have any further questions or inquiries, then you may send us an email. So our email address for admissions is jchs.admissions@jchs.edu.bn. You can also message us directly in through our official IG, Instagram, and FB, Facebook pages. Just search JPMC Brunei College or JPMC College of Health Sciences. You may also visit our TikTok. Okay? And also, you may also contact us at WhatsApp, located in our bio page of our IG. And in our online participants here, all the details are flashed on your screens right now. In case you are also curious on how to get here, okay, you can also visit us personally here. We are located at Ong Song Ping across PB, Polytechnic Brunei. We are located at units 203 and 204, block 2B of Ong Song Ping. Okay? So with that, thank you very much to our IG participants and also our Zoom and YouTube participants for this first episode this day, courtesy of JPMC College of Health Sciences. I am inviting you also for later's webinar at 11:05 a.m. So just a few minutes after this talk, we will be having a talk entitled Career Perspectives and Opportunities in Taking Up a Bachelor Degree in Nursing. Okay, so we will give you some sort of ideas on what are the careers that are waiting for you after taking a bachelor degree in nursing. So again, thank you very much to our organizers and to our Instagram participants. Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, so we'll see you again this morning, 11:05 a.m. for another talk courtesy of the JPMC College of Health Sciences. So this is Eugene, and we would like to thank you everyone for joining us today. See you all later.
Thank you, Yang Mulia Elvisila, for sharing with us your experience. And thank you, Yang Mulia Eugene, for joining with us as well. We hope this session has been beneficial for our viewers. Should our viewers have any queries or in need of further information, you may browse through their booth in our Higher Education Virtual Expo website at heexpo.moe.gov.pn. Thank you for joining us. See you soon in our next webinar session starting at 10:30 a.m. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very